Patrick, if you want to give us a countdown at some point. Good evening, everybody. The hour being after 6:30, I'd like to call the Tuesday, October 14th, 2025 School Building Committee meeting to order. As a reminder, this is a hybrid meeting. Any members of the public with questions or comments can email. The email address is middleschoolproject@walpole.k12.ma.us. Our next order of business is approval of meeting minutes. Do we have any questions or comments about the meeting minutes? Hearing none, I would take a motion to approve the meeting minutes.
I'll move.
I have a motion for Mr. Jack Fisher. Do we have a second?
Second?
Second from Dr. Kennedy. Let me poll the committee. Mr. Barrett?
Yes.
Ms. Gaositz?
Yes.
Dr. Hahn?
Yes.
Dr. Kenny?
Yes.
Mr. DeRozier?
Yes.
Dr. Goff?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Friscia?
Yes.
And I vote yes, it is a vote. Our next order of business is the project status update. Over to you, Kate.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pass this one to Fontaine. I think we're in good shape over on the site, but if you wanna just touch on, Griffin, what's happened since we last met?
Yeah, so last time we met, I think we were kind of just going through field stuff, some landscape touch-ups. So field work is complete. The design team was out, did their punch list, so we're working on closing out those items. And kind of the same note on the landscape. We'll have the Warner Larson back out to review some of that phase 2 work.
And we just have a punch list summary in here for reference. We're 99.57% complete with the punch list. There's only a few items open, and most of them, like Griffin said, are landscape related.
Anything else, Kate?
Hey, just a quick one.
Yep.
You say there are 6 that are ready to close, work's required on 0, so basically everything's done?
Ready to close is in Tape's court to review. And work required is Fontaine's court. So yes, we're close to the end.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments about the project status update? Hearing none, we'll move on. Our next order of business is to vote the vendor invoice package. Kate?
I just want to touch on the budget for 1 second before we jump to the vendor invoice package. So now that we are coming to an end for this project, I did want to touch on where we are and where our projections are as the project gets closed out. So as you can see here, it's our typical project budget up until this vertex column, and then there have been 4 columns that we have shown now to the right of that vertex column that kind of give our projections as to where we are at the beginning of the project. So I think most of you are familiar with our budget. This first column is the project funding agreement with the MSBA. This next column is any transfers or budget revision requests that have happened, and then the revised budget, committed or contracts that are in place, spent invoices, recommended is this month's VIP, and then the spend after that, and then left to spend and available. So the columns to the right-hand side project what contracts will be completed, and if there is any money that is within the individual rows of the budget that we are actually not gonna spend, that money comes out over to the far right-hand column, and then that all calculates to the bottom, and that's the bottom line of projected where we believe we're gonna be under budget. So looking at all of that, we do have, we are expecting to get, and it's all within the calculations, $560,000 back from Fontaine's CM contingency. So that's a transfer that's gonna come back to the project of money that was initially committed under their original contract. And then we have a projection in here in the yellow column of money that was previously approved for field work that just hasn't been committed into a PO yet. So we are just holding it there because it's been projected. It's going to be spent, just hasn't gotten wrapped into a PO. And then a tiny amount for FF&E. It's about $3,000. So we're closing everything out. So that all trickles down, and we believe we'll be under budget, projected to be $1,234,564 under budget at the close of this project.
Anybody have any questions or comments about that? All right, now we can do the vendor invoice package. Kate, thank you.
Yep, so standard invoices, for a tax invoice, we have a bunch of smaller invoices related to the paving scope, and details associated with that. Some fields, work out there, and then Fontaine's Rec. So Fontaine's Rec is, $278,861.70. They are 99% complete with their contract work. The updated budget without those 4 columns exposed is in here as well. We have the updated submissions to the MSBA for reimbursement, so although we are not receiving reimbursement anymore from the MSBA until the closeout process is complete, we are still submitting all the applications for reimbursement through ProPay, so that is up to date from our side, and the MSBA has all the information. So we're looking for the September vendor invoice package in the amount of $463,741.36 to be voted tonight.
Thanks, Kate. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Hearing none, I take a motion to approve the vendor invoice package for September 2025.
So moved.
All right, I have a motion from Ms. Gaositz. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second from Dr. Kenny. Let me poll the committee. Mr. Barrett,
Yes.
Ms. Gaositz,
Yes.
Dr. Hahn,
Yes.
Dr. Kenny,
Yes.
Mr. DeRozier,
Yes.
Dr. Goff,
Yes.
Mr. Frisha,
Yes.
Mr. Fisher,
Abstain.
and I vote yes. It is a vote. Next, Kate.
Communications to and from the MSBA, like I mentioned, we're keeping them updated on where we are with the vendor invoice packages and submitting for reimbursement, although we are not receiving it until the project's closed. And we are starting to work on the closeout paperwork with the MSBA. We're going to be circulating our commissioning certificate for signature, and we did receive our lead certificate since the last building committee meeting. So I'll let Matt and Fontaine talk through this, but the project was only required to obtain lead silver, and we got lead gold, which is a huge achievement.
Yeah, after a lot of hard work with Fontaine and Steph from our office and our lead consultant, we went through all the kind of review comments that came back. We always carry a couple extra points just because some things tend to drop off, other things kind of pick up. So luckily we were able to pick up almost all the extras that we kind of carried that we didn't really need to meet silver, and we were able to get gold. So I want to thank Fontaine for all their hard work, because again, it wasn't easy at the end. Had to push to get some paperwork and everything else, but in the end, we are now LEED gold certified.
That doesn't change the reimbursement, but it is a great achievement, and a lot of hard work went into that.
Yeah, bulk of that work is in the design, and for us, it's always makes it easier when the design is laid out in a way that makes it easy to achieve the goal at the end. And so good effort and a lot of work into a LEED certification, and LEED gold is very impressive. So happy to have played a part in getting there.
Any questions or comments? Yep.
First of all, I want to congratulate everybody who was involved in that, because I think this is a huge deal. I think we ought to make something of this for the town to know about it. Do we get some sort of a certificate or a plaque from the certifying agents?
I know it comes at, there's a plaque that I think comes at a pretty considerable expense.
So
For those members that are at home, Kate just made that kind of money sign. So I think it comes at quite a considerable expense. So I think that there might be some other way we could recognize this, either by
And even if it's a certificate in a frame that's in the lobby, to call attention to it.
take a screenshot of what's on the screen right now. Or something like
There's
that.
different levels. I know TAPA is looking into the different levels of plaques. You can get just like a graphic that goes on a glass door, like a decal, or you can get, a big plaque that goes on the wall.
Yeah, but I agree, Jack. I think we should find some way to recognize this in the middle school itself, so.
Yep.
we'll work on something.
I mean, I'm not suggesting we go through the plaque exercise again. But if there's something that we could put up there to say, hey, we accomplished this, I think that's a really big thing.
Okay.
So,
Anybody else?
I'd just like to say thank you very much. I think it's a project well done and serves the town beautifully. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kenny. Anybody else? All right, moving on, item 7. Vote to authorize the Walpole School Building Committee Chair to sign VIPs going forward. So we're almost done. Does anybody have any questions or comments about that?
So actually, Mark, maybe I can just kind of kick off this discussion. So I think at the last meeting, Jack, maybe you had brought up the point of maybe we look to disband the committee. I've heard a few people throw that term around, disbanding the committee. We talked about it at the Plimpton School last week, and we don't want to quite commit to doing something like that yet with, the final audit with the MSBA and all the closeout documents, still kind of outstanding. This process could drag on for quite a little bit. So what we don't want to do is disband the committee and have to reorganize it just for the purposes of possibly signing off on some final documents. So we thought what we would do is maybe authorize a chairperson or, a designated person to sign the invoices, so it eliminates the need to have to come back on a monthly basis to approve the invoices, and then maybe get the gang back together on an as-needed basis, whether it's a year from now, 2 years from now, if at all. And then, maybe once we hit the final closeout with the MSBA, we look to do a formal disbanding of the committee, so.
As I recall as well, this committee was technically created by the Select Board.
That's correct.
So I should think that only they can disband us technically.
Yeah, that's probably true, too. Yeah.
Does anybody else have any questions or comments? Hearing none, I would take a motion to authorize the school building committee chair, that would be me, to sign the vendor invoice packages going forward.
I'll make that motion.
All right, I have a motion for Mr. Fisher. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second from Dr. Goff. When we poll the committee, Mr. Barrett,
Yes.
Ms. Giositz,
Yes.
Dr. Hahn,
Yes.
Dr. Kenny,
Yes.
Mr. DeRocher,
Yes.
Dr. Goff,
Yes.
Mr. Frisha,
Yes.
Mr. Fisher,
Yes.
and I vote yes, it is a vote. Any other business, Kate?
No, I just wanted to say thank you to the committee for the time you've spent. It's been a long road. I was not there from the beginning. I jumped on DD, but I know that a lot of people have been involved for, 6.5 years at this point. So I just want to thank you for your time, and I think it is a successful project, and everyone should be very proud of how it came out. So, thank you.
Anybody else?
Yeah, Mark, if I could just echo that too. I tell everybody that will listen that we had the dream team project team for this project. And, between the project manager, the architect, the construction manager, the building committee, current members, previous members, we've just had, the right combination of people in place to make this project happen. So to Kate's point, it's been a long run, but it's been very successful. And I look at that building with a lot of pride, and I know a lot of people put some hard work into that. So thanks, everybody.
I agree with that, Pat. Yep, I learned a lot. Anybody else? All right, hearing none, we do not have a future meeting. I would take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
All right, I have a motion for Mr. Fisher. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, second from Ms. Giositz. Let me poll the committee. Mr. Barrett,
Yes.
Ms. Giositz,
Yes.
Dr. Hahn,
Yes.
Dr. Kenny,
Yes.
Mr. DeRocher,
Yes.
Dr. Goff,
Yes.
Mr. Frisha,
Yes.
Mr. Fisher,
Yes.
and I vote yes, it is a vote. Good night, everybody, and thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks all. Have a good night.
Thanks, everyone.